and now has caused this family of 7 to be forced to spend the night in a hotel.
Evidently, people's tempers are as well, just like the incident this morning here at this neighborhood park.
Votes are being tallied still in many states. Stay tuned right here to Fox 54 9 o'clock news as we will get a complete update from around the nation on this Super Tuesday from Fox News coming up in just moments.
You guarantee me that if I put my hand down in the fire ants, that your ointment's going to take care of the sting?
Absolutely.
I dug my hands deep into the pits of ants, and sure enough, they started to bite. Well, with the success of the team, Titans fans obviously have a lot to cheer about in North Alabama, but as far as tailgating goes, you're going to have to wait a couple weeks. They go on the road taking on Chicago and Jacksonville before they come back here to LP Field. In Nashville, Ken Conley, Fox 54 9 o'clock news.
By joining, you could be the one that makes a difference in your community or possibly even at your own home. In Huntsville, Ken Conley, Fox 54 9 o'clock news. State Senator Parker Griffith was quick to defend himself today after campaign ads from nonprofit organization Freedom Watch attacked his patriotism.
This is a major, major crisis. For my opponent to knowingly put on TV a lie to distract the voters is unconscionable.
Now, there's been many ads throughout the campaign that some would call negative, but here's the one that Parker Griffith is talking about in particular.
Countries attempt to build nuclear weapons. These are America's enemies, but Parker Griffith thinks otherwise.
I think America's greatest enemy is America. We have nothing to fear from radical Islam.
Griffith said he was at a spiritual forum and the quote was taken out of context. He said he was asked if we had anything to fear from radical Islam. But in fact, according to the transcript, the question was, who do you think is America's greatest enemy and why? Wade Parker, who never actually endorsed the commercial in the first place, said, the fact is, he said it.
The context speaks for itself. I had just said that radical Islam is the greatest external threat to America. That's what I just said. And that, right out of his mouth, when he first answered his question, he opposed what I said. You can't get around that. He said it.
Griffith continued to defend his position today that the quote was taken out of context and called Parker out on running a negative campaign.
To have an individual that will stoop to anything to be elected, will lie about this, will lie about anything.
Now, Wayne Parker says he doesn't believe his group has run a negative campaign. He says in all actuality, they've been very factual in every ad they've run throughout this campaign season. In Huntsville, Ken Conley, Fox 54 9 o'clock news. Meet Rhonda Lancey, by day a human resource manager at a local pharmaceutical company, by night single mom of 2, something she says can be a challenge economically in the nation's current financial situation.
I just make sure that we are not spending money on ridiculous things, or we don't really eat out and things like that. It's unhealthy for them and it's just blowing money, so we're very cost conservative.
Situations like buying a new home for her family was a decision she had to take a serious look at before finally making a purchase.
I knew that the economy is not in the best shape right now. The investment options are not that great because you're not going to get a return on your investment right now. So it's definitely not an ideal time to do those things. So I've tried to be really careful about it.
Now, you said that you were raised in a single family yourself, but that was very stable. How much of the experience you use today do you feel came from your upbringing?
He taught us that it didn't matter so much. There are all kinds of families, and it didn't matter exactly how many people were in the household, that as a parent, you are responsible for your children.
Lancey says it's really not about the economy, or her for that matter.
I really sacrifice a lot for my children because that's what I need to do right now.
Regardless of a recession or a downturn in the economy, Lancey says at the end of the day, the most important thing is taking care of her family. In Huntsville, Ken Conley, Fox 54 9 o'clock news. Why is the downtown rescue mission a necessity in the Tennessee Valley? For several reasons. They provide food, shelter, clothing, and for individuals like Adrian Smith, who spent the last few years in a tailspin with the use of drugs and alcohol, they offer a new beginning, something he knew he had to have.
It hit me real hard that I was going to end up dead or in prison. And I was just sick of the routine.
Adrian was admitted to the Steps to Success program, something he says saved his life.
The Lord has done some incredible things in my life. The people He has brought into my life, the deliverance from drugs and alcohol, my entire mentality has been changed.
One person who agrees is Lynn Simmons, whom Adrian worked with in the kitchen for 7 months.
It's really been a blessing to be part of his growth. I mean, there were a lot of times where he would come into my office and talk about anything that was going on with his mind, you know, stuff that he was dealing with, and it was really kind of cool.
Ministry Director Matt Richards was so impressed with Adrian's turnaround, he's now hired him as a full-time employee.
He's been a real model resident here at the rescue mission. He has helped out a lot of guys, talks with a lot of guys.
I can't explain it. I've been through quite a few things in my 35 years. I've been married, I've been divorced, I've had highs, I've had lows. This isn't even on the same scale. The mission has been a life-changing experience for me.
Since the mission started its Steps to Success program in October of 2004, it's graduated 413 people just like Adrian, people getting a second chance in life because of a mission downtown that has a heart for the homeless. In Huntsville, Ken Conley, Fox 54, 9 o'clock news.